Hola mi gente, welcome to Kiss My Crafts. My name's Maritza. Thank you for stopping by. As you can see, I have a coloring book out. Since I've been home under this quarantine, my last day at work physically was March 27th, and I've been home, and the only thing I've done was either go to the supermarket, laundromat, and that's basically it. I went to work twice. Was it twice? Yeah, I went to work twice physically, and I haven't been back since. And all I've been doing is diamond painting. Aside from regular household chores, cooking and stuff like that, the only other activity I've been doing is diamond painting. And I think I burnt myself out a little bit and I need a little break. So I had been for a few days just kind of looking at my coloring stuff and feeling a little intimidated because it's been a long time. And I felt like the skills that I learned from other YouTubers, other colorists, I lost. But I had ordered a couple of things in the past few months that I never really even looked at, just kind of skimmed through it. And this is the most recent one. And the reason I got this book, because it's a color by number. I'm doing everything by number. But no, and I like the country scenes. I've had this on my wish list for the longest, and one day I just said, you know what, let's get it. I want to see how it is and I want to try it. But what I want to do, or my intent, is to use their color schemes, but in my way, either with water brush markers or watercolors, my Derwent Intense pencils. I was gonna do it my way and give it, a little bit of my own flair, not just stick totally to how their outline is. But when I got the book, this is some detailed shit up in here. Excuse me. It had I opened this book and it scared me because there's so much detail on each page that I was like, ooh, what did I get myself into? But you know what? It's doable. It's color by number. You just have to have a little more patience than something that would not be as detailed. So the book is by Creative Haven. The artwork, I believe, where is it? Oh, George Tufexis. Oh my goodness, I'm just killing his name. Wait. Okay, there you go. Say it out loud. And it's by Creative Haven. Creative Haven, if you do coloring, you recognize that name. They have thousands of books of all kinds. Anything you can think of, they have a book for. And they have beautiful books. And they're very affordable. And you find them online in Amazon, in bookstores. You find them in Michael's and, different craft stores. You will definitely find Creative Haven anywhere they sell coloring books. Because they were out way before Joanna Basford put coloring books on the map, okay? Because Joanna Basford was the one that opened up the world to coloring books. Even though I had been into it a little bit prior to the coloring craze, my cousin's daughter is into it, and it just piqued my interest, and I bought some stuff. I didn't get fully into it. I gave the stuff away to my son's girlfriend at the time, and then Joanna Basford came out with Secret Garden, and I fell in love. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I would love to color that. And that was it. That was where my addiction began. And I bought everything in sight, every book people gifted me. And then, as you go along, you start learning what you like and what you don't like. And I find that I'm a paper snob. I have turned into a paper snob. And I'll tell you why when we get up to that. Okay, so this is a, like I said, a color by number. So on the inside flap, you will find all the images in this book. I think there's more. On the back flap and on the inside cover, you'll find them colored in how they they did it, you know, based on their color scheme and what colors you have to use in each image. So these images are gorgeous. Okay, I would love to do diamond paintings like this. And I'm sorry for the glare, but beautiful pictures. They're beautiful images. Let me show you the back cover. Oh, I'm not showing all of them. Freaking glare. I am so sorry. Don't want to go away. It's just following. So yeah, I'm not going to do a complete flip through of this because I got other stuff I want to talk about. But yeah, they're very, very detailed images. And so you have a cover page that you can color as well. This image is also on the inside. You know, the full image is inside. This is just a part of it. And you have, you know, a little introduction, and they give you some tips and tricks. These pages are perforated, so if you're the type that likes to take the pages out of the book, it's perfect for you because they are perforated. I personally don't like taking the pages out of the book. I like to keep them, you know, all together. I can't have a mess of pages here and there. I don't know how people do it. Some people put them in binders and, you know, do have some kind of organization with them, but I need to have them in the book. This page is gorgeous. So the colors are the numbers are very faint. Okay, so if you have vision issues like I do, like right now I could see them because of the flash, but in my natural light, in my overhead light, I can't see. I need a magnifying glass even with my glasses on. So I'm going to have to get some kind of lamp that I could shine on it if I want to work on this comfortably, because I don't want to give myself more eye strain than I already do. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Look at the detail. This is going to be fun, hard work probably. But it's got the end result is probably going to be gorgeous. So I messed up a page already. I have markers. I don't have them within reach right now. They're Cali Art markers, and it's a chisel tip and a nib. I'm not used to markers. I have them and I barely have ever used them, especially on a project. So I went ahead and said, okay, let me try this one. This is straight. Just color it in a red marker. But I went so close to the lines that it bled past the lines. And then after the fact, I saw a video. Oh my goodness, what is the lady's name? She's a fabulous colorist. I think it's Color My World. I will find it and I will link it down below. She does a lot of tutorials. She's fabulous. There's a few colorists that I can recommend if anybody wants, that are really, really fabulous, and their tutorials are so easy to follow. You will learn a lot from these ladies. But she suggested to outline when you're going to use marker, since they bleed, and especially on thirsty paper. Thin paper is very thirsty. So she advises to outline with a gel pen, a black gel pen, and then color. The ink from the gel pen will stop the bleeding. Plus, you don't color all the way up to the line because that's gonna bleed. But if I haven't tried it. I will try it and I will let you know in a future video if it works for me. But I'm going to try that outline. It's more work, but if you want your piece to come out nice and you want to use your markers, then you do everything you can to end up with a fabulous colored page. And most of them are portrait, but some of them are landscape. Look at this. Look at that bear. Am I showing you? Isn't that adorable? And his reflection. These are really beautifully detailed images. So there's a lot in here. See, some of them are landscape. I want to live there. I think that's a church. It might be a church. But yeah, I want to live in the country, or I want to live in peace and quiet. That's what I want. This is gorgeous. It's flowers with trees and mountains and birds in the background. Look at the flowers. That is going to be fun coloring. And I want to use all kinds of media in here. So I would gesso these pages. I gessoed one. The first time gessoing a coloring page was the other day. And I think what I did, I wasn't thrilled. And I think what I did wrong was I didn't use thin enough layers. Everyone that uses gesso on a coloring page stresses thin layers. And I saw this one person and they added a little bit of, they added the gesso into a small bowl and added a little water and mixed that up to make it a little bit of a thinner consistency. And I think I'm going to try it because they also suggest 3 layers of gesso, and that's what I did on this coloring page. But what I didn't like is you could see, let me get it up close. I kind of messed up the shading. Please don't look at it. The gesso did something to the integrity of the page. So my colored pencils did not work right with them. I should have used. I should have tried my Faber-Castells or my other set of pencils. Oh no, I gave those away. My Faber-Castells, which are a harder pencil, I use Prismacolors, and Prismacolors are very creamy and they're very picky on paper. Okay, some papers just don't work well with Prismacolor because of their creaminess. So if I can get this close, if you could see the brush marks from the gesso, so I couldn't get smooth I couldn't get it as smooth as I wanted it. Don't ask me about the dots. I saw somebody do that and I liked the way it looked. So the gesso did something to it and it didn't work well to me it didn't work well. Oh my goodness, what did I use up here? I used Derwent Inktense. I also used Derwent Inktense on the hair at first, trying to get these highlights, and I hated it. I just thought it was my lack of practice. I'm still learning them. I hated it. So I said, let me go over it with pencil. And I worked it and I worked it and I worked it, and it achieved the look that I wanted. However, when you look at it up close, you could see kind of like I couldn't add a whole lot of layers because the Prisma was just not taking to this paper, or the paper didn't take to the Prismacolor pencil, but I think it was the gesso, because I did another one last night where I used Prisma and I didn't have much of a problem. So yeah, but I do love how she came out. It's been over a year and a half since I colored anything. I think she came out great. Here I used the Derwent Inktense, and what I did here, these were the Chameleon. Where are my chameleons? I have them somewhere here. If you know about the Chameleon pens, at first I was a little leery of them because I'm like, That's a pain in the ass. I use these, and you can intermix them, and then you'll get this gradient effect. And one day when I get into some kind of coloring tutorial, I'll show you how to use the chameleons. The last time I did a coloring video about my supplies, I had a brain fart and I totally forgot how to use these, and I got so nervous because I felt like an idiot that I just threw them to the side. I'm like, next time. But you know, they're easy to use and they give you this effect. Okay, so I use that. And then on the clouds, if you can, I don't know if you could, you see that glitter? Isn't that pretty? That was my Stella clear. Where is it? Where are you, baby? Where's my Stella? My clear one. I just used it. Where did I put it? Oh, I pulled it out. This is from Zig. It's called Stella brush. Okay, and what it is, it's a brush marker. And this it's all sparkly. It gives anything that you lay it on a beautiful, beautiful sparkle. They're glitter markers pretty much with a brush tip. The Stella gives you a little bit of the glitter, and it looks really pretty. I put it on the clouds. There you go, you can see. And I also put it on the wings. Okay, now originally I wanted to use my Spectrum Noir sparkle brush marker. Where's my clear? Oh, I pulled that out too. I wanted to use this one because this gives even more. This has a heavier glitter. They're very micro in size, but it gives you more. The Stella gives you a nice, subtle, pretty, but imagine this double. That's what the Spectrum Noir Sparkle does. And I have these in different colors, but I tend to not use the other colors. I like to use the clear because I like to put it over what I've colored. So let me show you the other one that I did, and I'll get back to country scenes. Where you at, baby? Oh my God, I got all this shit on the floor. Oh, it's another Hannah Lynn book. Oh, did I show you the cover of here? The first one that I colored was Windy Day, and it's the Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy. I love these books, okay? But the paper is not the best. It's a little thicker than your kids' coloring books or the Creative Space coloring books pages. So that's why I wanted to gesso it. I will try gesso again, but I will be very sure to go light. I'll do the 3 layers, but I'll go very light because I didn't like the marks. Now and I didn't like how some things just weren't jiving with each other. Now the Stella and gesso do not Stella. The Spectrum Noir Sparkle and gesso do not mix. I put this originally and it was like oil and water. It was just sitting on top. I had to get a paper towel and dry it up a little bit, and then I tried the Stella. The Stella took. But Spectrum Noir Sparkle and gesso do not mix. Because I'll tell you why. Isn't this a pretty book? And there's a lot of the girls from the diamond painting in here. Let me show you. There's Lady Liberty. I think Moonglow was in here too. There's a lot of beautiful. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh, you're getting a little flip through. There's Red Riding Hood. I love, love, love her images. Her illustrations, excuse me. Isn't that pretty? And these are a lot of fun to color in. There's Willow. Oh, there's Ice Princess, but this one has the... I love the Ice Princess, the whole thing with the snow leopard. They cut that baby out and I was not happy. Even though I didn't get it and I had the opportunity to get it, I didn't. I have so many Hannah-Lynn's. I love this one. She's adorable. But I feel a little intimidated by some of these images, so I'll go slowly. Well, we gotta flip through that one. So the other one that I did last night was this one. Now it looks better through here than it did the picture that I posted. Now, why I say I'm a paper snob. I use my Prismacolor pencils in this. And I did multiple layers. I mean, multiple layers. But you still see the white coming through from the paper. And I don't like that. It shouldn't be. It should be smoother. And after a few layers, my Prismacolors are funny. You know, you can layer them, but you got to go light on each layer. You, as much as you want to press hard, you got to go light so you can get multiple layers and you can get that smooth look that you might want, you know, to achieve, like I do. I like to achieve a smooth look. So I use the Arteza water brush pens. Wait, what are they called? Wait, Arteza real brush pens. So I have the 48. These popped up on one of those lightning deals on Amazon for $21. I think they're normally $35 or $40. And I snatched them for $21. Now I'm waiting for the big set to come out. So let me show you one of these. I like these very much. These are also a brush tip, and these work great by themselves. They work great with water, and also, oh, let me show you something. Hold on. Where's my palette? See, I messed everything up. I had everything. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so where's my scrapbook? I have paper that I use for testing stuff. I'm gonna show you a trick, and I probably learned it on YouTube. Let me close this up and take this out away and bring out the book that I practice on. Oh no, I brought my scrapbook. I don't have any blank pages in here. I test stuff in this book. As you can see, I'm always testing stuff. Just testing things, you know. Okay, so this is normally used for rubber stamping, scrapbooking. Okay, this is what I use it for. You take the brush. If you want a very translucent light color, you take your watercolor, your real brush pen, lay some color down. Get your water brush pen. This is a water brush pen. This is as old as dirt. There's a tank full of water. It's like that on the outside. It's not the inside, but it's old, and I've used it a lot, as you can see. And the hairs are starting to fray. So this is my Kuretake, and I love it. I recommend them. Did that dry up? So since this is a piece of like acrylic, it's not gonna soak in. The color is not gonna soak in. So you take it with your brush, put it on your brush, and then you can, man, I did that out off camera. Let me do that again. And you got a very light color as opposed to going straight on This works very much like watercolor. That's wet on wet. Here it is on dry. Okay, so with the way I did it with this palette thing, you got a very translucent color. So you can do all kinds of things with these brush pens. Let me show you another trick that I do with these brush pens. Oh, I put them so far away. And that's how, let me show you how I achieved. Let me explain it. Let me show you how I achieved. Where's my girl? This right here. Okay, I did this with the Artezas. I did not do this with the Chameleon. This is what the Chameleon intends for you to do. This is what the ultimate goal of the Chameleon pens is to get this gradient of naturally evolving color. Okay, so I did not do that. I use my Artezas. So if you don't want to spend the money on the Chameleon pens, because they can be pricey, like $5 for $22, invest in some water brush markers. Doesn't have to be Arteza. It could be anything. I'm gonna get the colors that I'm gonna get a light and a dark color that can go together. Let's do purple and this light pink. Let me just make sure. I'm a little bit discombobulated. Okay, I almost lost all the Artezas on the floor and I don't want that. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me just make sure that this pink is as light as I want it. Yes. Okay, so I got a purple. Let me make sure that this is not a light purple and it's dark. Yes. Okay. Let's get I need a better page. I have another book. It's a shame. I used this really good paper to fuck it up. This was not a cheap book. It wasn't that cheap. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it wasn't that cheap. Okay, I got some white space here. This is me testing out another set of water brush markers. Okay, so this is what I do. You're going to take your light, hold it straight up, okay? And you're going to take your darker one and you're going to touch tips. They are going to kiss. Oops, it's hard for me to keep them together. Now, depending on how much of the dark you want is how long you leave it. And you could see the tip is taking the color, okay? And you're gonna get that really pretty gradient effect. And that's gonna dry smooth. You see lines right now, but it's going to dry smooth. Isn't that pretty? You could do that with these. You don't need to invest, and not to try to take away from the Chameleons, and these Arteza brush pens are not cheap, but you get more bang for your buck, okay? Because I got 48 brush pens from Arteza, and you know how many color combinations you can do with that between the light and the dark. And I recommend light and dark because the dark and dark doesn't, you know what, did I try that? No. Let's try a dark and dark. Let's try a dark blue with this purple. Let me see, I might be talking shit. We might be able to do that. That gives me even more possibilities, right? So let's do the purple into the blue. Let's see what happens. Oops, they don't want to kiss. Kiss, my dearies. Okay, that's enough. Let's see what happens. Oh, it did it. Let me leave it longer. You probably with the darker ones, you gotta leave it longer, but that looks pretty. Oh my goodness, more possibilities. So you invest in some brush markers with these brush tips, and you do this, and you get that effect easily. It's not hard. You see how I did it. This does not require an amazing artistic talent. Anyone can do this. Let's see. Yo, this is pretty. Isn't that pretty? Let me bring this closer so you can see. Oh my goodness, the possibilities are endless. And there's a lot of different companies that sell brush markers, and they basically all do the same thing. I can't tell you about quality because I don't have all the ones, you know, from all the companies, but I did try a few. And to be honest with you, my absolute favorite, which I gave away and I so regret it, I got as a special offer through Messenger, and it was $24, and all I had to pay was like $5 for them. They were the best ones, because sometimes these brush markers, depending on how thirsty your paper is, they don't work well with you. You know what I mean? If your paper is really thirsty, it dries so fast, you can't spread it, you can't blend it, and that shit annoys me. That's why I'm a paper snob. I do not like, I'm missing one. Where is it? How did I lose? No, I'm missing one. Oh, there it goes. Ay. What was I saying? I was saying something important. Oh, they're by Gen Crafts on Amazon. They were so nice. They took to every paper. They blended on any paper. If the paper was thirsty, they stayed wet so you can blend. That thirsty paper on some of these wet media, especially marker type, it dries so fast that you don't get a chance to blend, because you can blend alcohol markers too. I'll practice that and show you one day. Okay, so what else was I gonna talk about? So you see, these things, I love them. I got these for my mixed media art, and it was just to put watercolor on here. I put marker on here to pick up color with. And I have several of these brush pens. So let me tell you the supplies that I think that every colorist should have, is in my opinion. Okay, this is in my opinion. These are the tools that I need in my coloring tool kit. Okay, now since I have Prismacolors are a very temperamental pencil. Okay, they're like spoiled brats, and I have some here. You see this one here? It's shorter than the others, and it's not because I used it that much, it's because it's broken on the inside. Prismacolors are very delicate. As nice as they are very delicate, and if you drop them on the floor, chances are you may break it on the inside, and you will have a problem trying to sharpen because it's gonna keep breaking. Some people say bake it. I've never tried that. I have this pencil, and my indigo, which hurt my heart, is broken on the inside as well, and every time I sharpen it, the tip comes off as I color. But the good thing about Prismas is that you can buy these open stock, so if you fuck up one, you can always replace it. Blick Art is one of the places that sell them. So you need a good sharpener. If you have Prismacolors, you need a sharpener that's not going to break your pencil. And one of the ones I kept seeing recommended over and over and over again is this T-Gal. Okay, they come in pretty colors: purple, pink, blue, green, yellow. I got orange. I'm surprised I didn't get the purple. I went through an orange phase, which I still love. Orange is my second favorite color. And as much as these took care of my Prismas, this got a lot of use, so they're not very well made, and they do start breaking down. You have to be careful not to drop it because it'll break. But it is a good sharpener. You can close it, but after a while that thing does not work, and it has different points that you can achieve based on the number on the dial. So 1 being the shortest and 4 or 5 being the longest sharpest tip. Okay, so now this one, oh, it's working now. It fell on the floor. See, it doesn't close all the way. It's supposed to close so you could keep your shavings in here. You don't have to keep emptying it out, and this little drawer opens, and then you can dump your shavings. But that drawer, for that little white thing that you see there, that prevents the shavings from falling out. Okay, so for the longest time, it was only closing up until here, like about there, and it was pissing me off. I was gonna get another one, but my all-time favorite sharpener was, I paid like $4 for it on Amazon, by Kum, K-U-M, and I cannot find it, and I'm upset because I don't know why I can't find it. I always keep it in the same place, and that shit pisses me off that I can't find it. That one takes care of my Prismacolors. Aside from that, other pencils, you know, you need your sharpener if you have colored pencils. Okay. Another tool that I highly, highly, highly recommend is a white gel pen. Okay, these are my two favorites. This one is by Uniball Signal, and they have different tip sizes. They have the fine, the medium, you know. I love it. It's very good. However, sometimes you got to go over a couple of times. And if you don't let it dry in between, it becomes a mushy mess. So my favorite white gel pen is from Jelly Roll. Now I invested in the full set of the Jelly Roll. Oops, that's one of my hairs on it. There's, I think, 64 in here, if I remember, and it's all the different types that they have. They have fluorescent. There's some that have like a metallic effect to it. Then they have the regular ones, and then they have the glitter ones, and a couple of other types. But guess what, mi gente? The only ones I use are, where are these? Are the glitter ones. These, to me, in my opinion, are the best glitter gel pens I have ever come across. And I've been through a lot of glitter gel pens. Decent ones, cheap ones, the ones from Costco's, ones from Michael's. And I have never been so satisfied as I am with these gel pens. And they're by Sakura Jelly Roll. And they sell them on Amazon. They are gorgeous. The glitter that it lays down is very fine, and they're juicy. When I say juicy, they don't dry out that fast. Gel pens tend to dry out really fast, but this white, if you don't get any other Jelly Roll gel pen, get the white one. They do sell them separately in open stock. Okay. Oh no, I gotta keep that out. So this one doesn't, this one doesn't stay with its family. I keep it with my tools. Okay, and another thing I cannot live without, okay, is my Prismacolor Blender pencil. It's a colorless blender pencil, and it has the same whatever that is inside, the same material as the Prismas, except without the pigment. I love my blender pencil. I cannot live without this blender pencil. Now, Prismacolors don't normally need to be blended because they're so creamy, but I still do the blending with this. And they work great. It works great with the Faber-Castell pencils, which I don't have near me, or I would show them to you. Now, there's a company called Caran d'Ache. Caran d'Ache is the creme de la creme of colored pencils. And they also have, you know, other accessories, other types of, different types of pencils, from student grade to artist grade. And based on the name and everything that I've heard from them, I went and researched, and their pencils are like $300 for their full set. So I wrote to them and asked them to send me a sample, and this is a sample of their Luminous line. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. And if I had the money to buy them, I would. But I almost did once, and then I thought about it. $300 for colored pencils. I have two full sets of colored pencils and various others. What am I going to do with them? I am not a professional artist. Leave that stuff to the professional artists. Now, if you're one of those kind of colorists that are just like to die for, that I've seen on YouTube and I've seen on Facebook, oh my God, these women and men turn these pages into works of freaking art. Let them have those kind of pencils. I don't need that. I'm not that type of colorist. But they are really, really fabulous. So based on their name and reputation, I went and I bought their Colorless Blender, which I think I paid like $8 for. Okay, and the very first time, first of all, it's not like this. It is not like a pencil. It's definitely not like that. Okay. I'm trying to look for it. Within seconds, and I'm not that brutal and I don't have that much strength. Within seconds of using it, it broke in two. Needless to say, I was pissed. And I was going to write them an email and I was like, you know what? I don't want it anyway. I don't want to use this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is my favorite. This is what I like to use. I have also used Vaseline, and I'll do that if you want in a tutorial. That I can do. That I feel confident enough to show you. I can show you how I blend with Vaseline. You might say, Vaseline, ew, it's greasy. No, if you got to use it sparingly, of course. But it does not leave your pages greasy or anything. You can use baby oil. I have gone and used coconut oil. Okay, because I didn't have Vaseline when I wanted to try it, and I didn't feel like going to the store, so I said, let me try coconut. Coconut oil worked fabulous. Okay, does not leave your page greasy. I promise you. I'm gonna show you. If you want me to show you, leave it in the comments. Okay, so what else was I gonna show you? What else? Okay, so we got our blender, we got our white gel pen. Another one that you should have, or I need in my toolkit, my coloring toolkit. Where is it? Is my white pencil. Any white pencil from any colored pencil kit, have one on hand. Don't ignore it. This is excellent for blending. I love using this for blending eyes. Okay, so let me show you, because I already showed you, but I'm going to show it to you again. This is the Halloween one that I did the Windy Day from. Oh, that's me playing around. Okay, so you see her eyes? Before I start adding color, I put white down here. I put white and then I add the color. And it gives it that pretty effect. And white is also good to for bubbles, for circles that you want to do highlights in. And I can show you that too, because I did a lot of them in my coloring pages where I made it look 3D. Oops. I made a 3D effect using whatever color the circle was supposed to be plus my white pencil. So you need your sharpener. That's if you're using colored pencils. You need, well, I keep saying you need. I'm not telling you go out and get this stuff. This is the stuff that I recommend having in your colorist toolkit, okay? These are the things that I cannot color without. My blender pencil, my white gel pen, my white pencil, my sharpener. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, if you use blending mediums like Zest, these stumps, there's different sizes, they're paper. These are good for that. These I use for the Vaseline. They're made of paper, rolled up paper, and you can kind of like sharpen it a little bit. Oh, yes. I meant to say, get yourself some kind of water-based paint pen. Get a big one and a thin one. Or don't get it. I'm not telling you to go spend money. This is what I need, okay, in my toolbox. I have a whole set of different colors, and the only ones I use are black and white, okay? The white, I can't find my little, my small white one. I had a fine point white one. These come in different nib sizes. Okay, they come in different nib sizes. Can you see? Oh, wait. It's like shadow forming. Okay, so I like using these to accent. I don't use the black as much unless I need to do an outline. But the white I like to use to accent stars, accent eyes. Those little dots, I use this for the little dots I did on the other one's hair. Yeah, these are good to have in your toolkit. It's acrylic paint, it dries fast, and it's good to highlight things. You can highlight bubbles so make it look like it's shining, or light is reflecting on it, light reflecting in the eyes, a little shine on a shoulder, light shine on an apple, a fruit, anything that's kind of roundish or has light reflecting on it. These white Posca pens or any white water-based pen, and I say water-based because the oil takes too long to dry, and I have white and black. I have a whole set that has pink, it has green, it has yellow. I've yet to use any of those other colors, but I need these in my toolkit. And of course I like my water brushes, because I use different media that can take water, like the Derwent Inktense pencils, watercolor pencils. You might try to expand your coloring experience outside of colored pencils and markers, and I've used watercolor, the palettes. I've used watercolor pencil, which I want to buy a set because I gave my last one away. The Neo Color 2, these are great to have on hand. And I do highly recommend the Kuretake ones because you can control the water better. Some of them get too much water, and you don't want to mess up your pages. You don't want your pages to tear. These less expensive pages, the thinner pages, you put too much water and too much pressure, and you go over, it's gonna tear your paper for sure. So mi gente, I hope you enjoyed this little coloring session. This is not what I intended to do. I intended to show you how I colored this hair, which is going to have to be in another video because this is already very long. How long is it? Oh, I've been talking almost an hour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stayed till the end. Mi gente, I hope you're staying safe, and I will talk to you in my next video, okay? You take care. Besos. Mwah.